Cora's gonna help me do the intro today. Say hi! Say hi to the fans! Say hi to everybody! Oh, thank you. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Queenie Paints and I'm here to talk about something I find really important today. Today I am here to talk about predatory gallery systems that are taking advantage of new or small artists here in the community. There is a difference between legitimate galleries, or as we like to call them, vanity galleries or pay-to-play galleries. Pay-to-play galleries often target newer artists or smaller artists with the promise of incredible exposure. One popular example of this is the Raw Talent Showcase. Everybody who is paying to get into the gallery is friends or family of the artist, because when the artist sells tickets, they're only selling tickets to their friends and family, so there aren't a whole lot of patrons for the Raw Showcase that actually want to buy your artwork. So if you don't sell enough tickets, then you probably won't make enough money to make it worth your time. But Raw is not the only showcase and gallery that's taking advantage of these small artists. The disproportionate number of galleries to artists has made it possible for these really scammy businesses and galleries to come in and take advantage of these small artists. They target artists who are desperate for exposure, and they charge them outstanding rates. Some galleries are charging artists thousands of dollars, and those artists will never be able to make enough from their sales to be able to pay that off. I've heard horror stories of artists who had to go into debt to pay off gallery fees. And the biggest problem is that this predatory tactic has worked for decades. Artists who are new to the art world are taken in by these galleries, and they continue to give them their money because they don't know any better. And because of that, these businesses continue to thrive in the market. So how can we as artists recognize which galleries are scams and which are legitimate galleries? Part of recognizing these types of scams is to understand their target market, which is you. They target naive, emerging artists who don't know any better. They especially target artists who don't have any network connections within the community itself, or don't have any degrees in museum studies or in business. Here are some questions that you can ask both yourself and the gallery that's asking you to exhibit your work. The number one question you should be asking yourself is, why as an emerging artist is this particular gallery coming to you just out of the blue? How most galleries function is something called a call for entry. This is basically when you pay a small fee to sign up and do an application for your artwork with the particular gallery that you want to be in. Then a series of jurors and the curator will decide which artists they want to exhibit. The reason that they do this is so that the galleries can make money, because every single gallery in the world is trying to make money off of the artists that they are presenting. That is their business model. What makes pay-to-play galleries different is that they approach artists who don't know any better and who may not have the credentials yet to get into those more sought-after galleries. Pay-to-play galleries are based off of fees for their business models and not sales from their artists. Which brings us to the second question you should be asking yourself. Is my artwork gallery worthy? And the way to figure this out is just to go look at galleries. Go look at galleries in your area. Go look at online galleries. Go look at the past exhibitions at the gallery that is asking you to exhibit there and see how good those artists are. Are those artists established? Are they well liked? Have they made lots of sales off of their artwork? And if all of those questions are yes, or have good answers, then it's probably a legitimate gallery. And if they don't, if it's all new artists, all emerging artists, all artists who don't have very high quality artwork, it's probably a scam. And then the third question you should be researching is, what exhibitions have toured there in the past? Now, this one's pretty easy to look up. You can just go to the gallery's website, you can look through their online archives, and you can see for yourself what kinds of artists and what kinds of shows the gallery has done in the past. And again, if the gallery has only shown like very new artists or really bad artists, if none of it makes any sense to you on why these artists are getting into galleries, then it's probably a gallery that's just taking their money and doesn't care about their sales. Legitimate galleries typically don't take on newer artists who haven't really grown their audiences quite yet. And many galleries will reach out to artists that they respect to tour with them every so often. There'll be a permanent established artist at that one particular gallery. And a lot of these galleries will ask for sales commissions, but not for an upfront fee. Especially if the gallery is coming to you. Calls for entry usually have fees for artists, but if a gallery comes to you and wants to exhibit your artwork, they probably won't have very much as far as upfront fees go. A vanity gallery, however, will charge you very high fees to show your work, even if they approached you. And they will still usually demand a very high sales commission. The business model is situated around fees rather than the artistic sales. Mostly that means that the pay-for-play galleries that you're getting into don't actually have any confidence in your work as an artist, and all of their money has to come from those fees to stay in business. Now, many legitimate businesses also do have fees. Usually these legitimate galleries have pretty low fees in comparison. They range from $25 to about $150 to about $200, depending on which gallery you're submitting to. This pays for the jurors who are looking through your artwork and making sure that it is gallery worthy, that you can be exhibited, and that they can make sure that your work is going to sell. It also pays the curator fees, and that is just basically what keeps galleries alive and functioning. Reputable galleries often have slightly higher fees, and you'll be able to go into their website and research all their past exhibitions and the artists that they bring on. I hope this video was informative and sheds light on a situation that often takes advantage of young artists. I will link the original article that I got a lot of this information from below so that you can have it for your reference as well in the future. Please feel free to share any personal experiences you have with these predatory galleries below. I would love to hear about those, and I'm sure everybody else would really appreciate you for doing that as well. I will see y'all next week.